Hello everyone, this is Grade 3, Module 6, Lesson 4 homework. Number 1 says, Maria counts the coins in her piggy bank and records the results in the tally chart below. Use the tally marks to find the total number of each coin. So this isn't the value for the pennies, it's how many actual penny coins there were. So this is number of coins, not value or how much she has. So I'm seeing that they're grouped in fives here. So the easiest way for me to do this is to skip count by 5. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. And I'm going to go through and count those by 5 for the nickels, dimes, and quarters. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1, 2. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57. And lastly, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's the number of coins that I have written down for those. Now it's time to take a look at the next part, which is just below this. And it says, use the tally chart to complete the bar graph. The scale is given. So for a number of coins, each one that goes up, we're going to count by tens. So I'm going to finish writing those in, just so it helps me. And I'm only going to go up to 70 because I don't have anything higher than 68. So for the penny, I have to go up to 68, and I know that's going to be just below 70. So I'm going to draw it right there, and I'll shade this in. And the easiest or best thing for me to do so I know how many I have is I'm going to write the number and circle it. So nickels, there's 62. So it's going to be just above 60. And I'm going to do my best to stay neat with my bars. And then I'm going to write the number I have above it. Dimes, I have 57. So it's between 50 and 60, but I know 55 is between 50 and 60. So I got to go a little bit above that halfway point, because the halfway point is 55, so I want to go just above it to show 57. And then I'm going to write that and circle it. And my last one is quarters, and that's only 24. So I'd go between 20 and 30, and if I can get just below the halfway or the midway point between 20 and 30, that's 25, but I have 24. So I'm going to try to keep it just below there, the best that I can. And I'll shade, and then I'm going to write it in. So I have 24 there. B says, how many more pennies are there than dimes? And when it says how many more, I know I'm going to subtract. So I'm looking at the pennies, which I can see on my chart is 68. And then the dimes is 57. So I'm going to subtract those two. And I know if I have 8, I can take 7 away and there'll be 1 left. And then if I have 6 tens and I take away 5 tens, there's 1 left. So 11. And there's my answer statement. There are 11 more pennies than dimes. C says, Maria donates 10 of each type of coin to charity. How many total coins does she have left? Show your work. So I have to take 10 from each of these. So I'm going to do 68 minus 10. And then 62 minus 10. And then 57 minus 10. And then 24 minus 10. And I know that when I'm taking away 10, it's only making the tens place go down 1. So instead of 68, I have 58 because I'm taking 1 from the tens place. So 62 will go to 52. 57 will go to 47. 24 will go to 14. Now, to find out how many coins she has left, I would just add 58, 52, 47, and 14. And that'll get your answer. Let's take a look at page 2. So here we go for number 2, and it says, Miss Holman's class goes on a field trip to the planetarium with Mr. Fiore's class. The number of students in each class is shown in the picture graphs below. So what I'm going to do now, just to help me out, is I'm going to count how many boys and how many girls for each class. And I know that each box is 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And the reason why I went with 13 is that looks like a half a box to me, which would equal 1 because it's half of 2. For the girls, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. For Mr. Fiore's class, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And for the girls, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So that's going to help me out with the rest of my problems here. A says, how many fewer boys are on the trip than girls? And this question is a little tricky at first because it's asking for how many fewer boys than girls. But I know I have 2 classes of boys. So I have to add those 2 together first because I got to get the total number of boys. And I know that there's 27 boys. And then I got to count the total number of girls. So I have 17 and 15. 5 and 7 are going to make 12, so I'm going to bundle a 10, and I'm left with 32 girls. So now I got my total number of boys and my total number of girls. Now I got to find the difference. Because it said how many fewer. That means we want to find a difference between the 2. I can't take the 7 from the 2 ones. So I have to unbundle or decompose one of my 10s to bring it over to the 1's place. So now I have 12 and I can take 7 from that. And then there'll be 0 there for the 10's place. So it's going to be 5. And there's my answer statement of there are 5 fewer boys than girls. Let's slide down and take a look at B. It costs $2 for each student to attend the field trip. How much money does it cost for all students to attend? Well, I'm not going to go all the way back through and re-add these up. I know that I have 27 boys and 32 girls, so I might as well just add those because that's my total number of boys and my total number of girls. So I want to put them together because we're looking for all students. So right now I have 59 students. And it cost $2 for each of them. So that means I can do 59 times 2. 59 students times $2 a piece. So I can show it with my multiplication, or I can show it with repeated addition. And I get 118 there. And then 9 plus 9 is 18, so I'm bundling a 10. 5 and 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So either way, we're going to get $118. And there's my answer statement. It will cost $118 for all students. So let's take a look down at the very last part. The cafeteria in the planetarium has 9 tables with 8 seats at each table. Counting students and teachers, how many empty seats should there be when the 2 classes eat lunch? Well, I know I have 59 students, and there's 2 teachers, so we have 61 total. Now I want to draw out and see the 9 tables with 8 each. So there's my 9 tables with 8 seats at each. So I want to figure out the total number of seats. And what I can do now is I know I have 9 tables, and there's 8 seats. So I can do 9 times 8. And that'll get me my answer of 72 seats. And again, if I don't know how to do that, I can also do 8 plus 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 8. And that's going to get me 72 as well. So now we can answer our question. How many empty seats should there be with 2 classes when they're eating lunch? I have 72 seats and 61 people. And once those seats are filled, there should be 11 seats left. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps, and good luck on your homework.